because I had it with you. Okay, I'm auntie like your daddy's sister, auntie like a family picture, and I had way better snitches than you to be age. Yeah, that man, he's still with you. He can't leave. Y'all go on vacation. I bet it's Antigua. Sir, you're jealous. You're jealous that ASAP Rocky is living the life with Rihanna that you could.
Drake recently called Rihanna average and bad and cast doubt on her relationship with $AP Rocky in a new song. It appears that he is still enraged because she turned him down. Furthermore, this is the same person who openly declared his love for Rihanna and his desire to start a family with her.
Have the fairy tale like, oh, Drake started a family with Rihanna, and like this is like so.
Rihanna isn't the only woman Drake disparaged inadvertently on his latest album, though. Esperanza Spalding, a jazz artist, was also the target of his pursuit just because she had defeated him for the Grammy for Best New Artist. That was 12 years ago. Fans are now claiming that Drake's relentless pursuit of black women and his growing fascination with Rihanna have a truly sinister quality to them. However, how did Rihanna and $AP respond to Drake's criticism of them? Let's get started. Years have passed since Rihanna rejected Drake.
Someone I've been in love with since I was 22 years old.
And it appears that Drake is still miffed about it even though Rihanna has moved on and has 2 children with $AP Rocky. Drake has released a new album titled For All the Dogs, and once again, he is disparaging a large group of individuals entirely without cause. Esperanza Spalding, a jazz musician, is mentioned in the song Away From Home with the line, 4 Grammys to my name, 100 nominations. Esperanza Spalding was being praised nonstop. And this just proves that Drake is the most resentful person in entertainment, since the only reason he brought up Esperanza was because she had previously won the Grammy for Best New Artist back in 2011, a category in which Drake had also been nominated. Esperanza is a bassist, vocalist, songwriter, and composer who has received 2 honorary doctorates from Berklee College and 5 Grammy Awards in total. As a result, we can assume that she isn't bothered by Drake's criticism of her, and Drake is the only one Drake has embarrassed with those lines. But things only get worse from here. Drake criticizes Rihanna in the song Fear of Height, calling her average in the bedroom and asserting that he has better women than her. The lyrics also make reference to $AP Rocky, the father of Rihanna's 2 children, and explain why they give the impression that I'm still fixated on you. That is not possible. No girl can undo me. He is superior than me. Then he makes it crystal clear that he's talking about Rihanna by saying, I'm auntie, which is a reference to the 2016 album by the singer. But that wasn't all. Next, Drake launches into the smallest of jabs at the singer, saying, I had way better than you to be honest. Yeah, that man, he's still with you. He also claims that Rihanna was average in bed, and that he cannot abandon you. Another song from Drake's new album, Another Late Night, also makes a reference to $AP Rough with the line, I ain't pretty Flacco, get really rocky. Referring to both Rocky, $AP's stage name, and Flacco, his nickname. You may counter that Drake is only doing this to promote Cloud and his new album because he knows that bringing up Rihanna in any way, shape, or form would generate conversation. Even if this is the truth, it is still incredibly pitiful that Drake, at the age of 36 and at this point in his career, must turn to disparaging women from his past in order to sell his record. Drake's humiliating situation is made worse by the fact that Rihanna has long been the subject of his fixation, and he has openly stated his feelings for her and his desire to wed her on numerous occasions. But as you can see, Rihanna never claimed Drake in public, and at one point, she even broke up her friendship with him. Rihanna and Drake initially crossed paths in Toronto in 2005 while Rihanna was there to film the Ponzi Replay music video. Later, Drake would assert that he loved Rihanna right away. But Riri didn't care about him, and soon after, she began dating Chris Brown. Rihanna and Chris were obviously not meant to be, but what's crazy is that when they were dating, Drake frequently insulted Chris. Drake began behaving like Chris's friend after Rihanna and Chris split up following the DV incident, and the two even worked on a song together, which once again highlights how petty Drake is.
There's no truth to Drake.
No, me and Drake, we're friends. We're still friends, actually.
And you hung out a couple of times.
Yeah, a few times.
Did you play with the idea a little? Were you checking him out?
No.
I think you were checking him out. I think you were eyeballing the situation to see.
No, me and Drake, nah.
A little bit.
No, we weren't. We never.
Anyway, in May 2009, When they were seen together at Lucky Strike Bowling Alley in New York City, Rihanna and Drake first fueled relationship rumors. Rihanna promptly dispelled the reports, stating that she was simply having fun with Drake and had no plans to take things seriously. No, just a little. Not at all, no, you never were. No. Rihanna made it plain that their bowling date wasn't a big deal, but it didn't stop Drake from obsessing about her. Drake even wrote an entire song about it. He says, "Who could have predicted Lucky Strike would have you stuck with me?" in the song Fireworks. After just one date, Rihanna was obviously not committed to Drake, yet he continued to bring her up in interviews. But Rihanna continued to ignore him, accusing him of being missiled and given false hope. In a 2010 New York Times interview, Drake admitted that he felt like Rihanna was using him as a pawn and stated, "She's doing exactly what I've done to so many women throughout my life, showing them quality time, then disappearing." Wow, this feels awful, I thought. A few years later, he admitted to Rolling Stone that Rihanna remained his ideal fantasy. Soon later, Rihanna and Drake reconnected and worked together on the song Work. Drake was then certain that Rihanna would stay this time. Drake even openly declared his love for Rihanna while handing her the Vanguard Award at the 2016 VMAs. But it's clear from her response that the emotion was not shared. Many people criticized Drake for stealing Rihanna's moment by making the entire speech about his love for her. In a Vogue interview 2 years later, Rihanna talked openly about this and admitted that listening to Drake's speech was definitely the most uncomfortable aspect. Rihanna said, "I don't like getting too many compliments, and I don't like being put down. We no longer have a friendship, but we also aren't enemies," she added, revealing that she had lost contact with Drake. What is what is. Drake's stupid VMA speech wasn't the reason Rihanna broke up with him, as it turned out. Instead, she learned from our mutual acquaintances that Drake was hiding a son he fathered with a French adult movie star. In a subsequent song called The Story of Adidon, Pusha T exposed Drake as a deadbeat, and the song essentially drove Drake to have children now. Rihanna had already ended her relationship with Drake at this point, but she never publicly criticized him or airballed any of his unclean laundry. Rihanna could have easily done this, but she chose the right path and stopped bringing up Drake in public. In fact, she last discussed him in her 2018 Vogue interview. It has now been 5 years since Rihanna finally put an end to that chapter. During that time, she found happiness with a $AP Rocky and gave birth to 2 children. Drake, meanwhile, has never been in a committed relationship, and it looks that any lady who came into contact with him would leave the situation as soon as possible. Regarding Rihanna and a $AP, Riri surprised a $AP with a birthday party in New York over the weekend, and the two appear carefree. So it's safe to say that Drake's petty diss tune doesn't bother them at all. Fans, however, were outraged by Drake's snide remarks about Rihanna, labeling her ordinary, and claiming that he needs therapy since his preoccupation with criticizing women who have rejected him has become alarming. One supporter referred to Drake as bitter BVL Drake, unable to comprehend that Rihanna never formally claimed him. She was nothing to him except a prize to amass. He makes fun of theirs lives from years ago, even though she is now the mother of 2 children. He was treated like the desperate groupie he is, which was good. He is an oddball. Additionally, the insults directed against Meg, as well as the needless jibe at Esperanza Spalding, said another supporter. Drake needs to face his unsolved issues with women rather than acting like a harsh girl, since it appears like he has some of them. Oh well, but what do you think about Drake criticizing Rihanna? Is he doing it to gain influence, or is he still resentful that Rihanna and a $AP are leading happy lives? Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to like and comments. Also subscribe our channel for more videos.